Yo, what's up? Welcome, welcome. Good morning, good morning. So I'm looking at this 50-minute CB here. Yo, good morning, Jason. I had a, for all the people who are not in the private group, I had a loss in yesterday's PM session. It was, yeah, in here on the 1 minute time frame. It was kind of in profit, and I did not set the stop loss into break even because I just did a set and forget. But then, yeah, in the last hour, I did trade into the stop loss up here. So I'm pretty neutral, to be honest. I'm looking at this 50-minute CB here and this wick. We did already trade into a lot of buy side here with the highs being jagged. But I mean, currently it's quite hard because also we have 10 a.m. news and we have Trump speaking at, I think 9 p.m. And if we trade above these levels up here, then there's buy side up here as well. Let's see the open range gap. Okay, it will be more than 120 handles, so we still have this here unfilled in the regular trading hours. And small portion of buy side here. And up here. All right, so open range gap is more than 120 handles, but if you trade lower and towards the open range gap midpoint, I like a draw lower then. I'm going to delete this one here. Because we know once it trades above here, then we trade into the buy sides up here and the regular trading buy side. ES, let's see. I mean, this one has a lot of buy side liquidity up here. with today's high as well. To be honest, I'm more focused on NQ. And DXY is just getting back into this range where I had my old 4-hour busy. Their sales are down here as well. So let's see if we can see rejection here from the upper quadrant. But I don't really like the structure because all these highs are jagged, now all these lows are jagged. We have 10 AM news. I do like the 15 seconds. It's busy here. Busy with the breaker, sales are taken here. Might not get into that. Probably the first presentation here at 9:32. I'm watching at this high here with this open range gap from previous week and the buy side above that. I think I'm going to note dates. I'm going with the quadrants here. So we just tapped into that open range gap from previous week. So this high would be the next draw. That's nice. Good job, good job. So far, I don't have anything on the lower time frame here. Just gonna wait. And entering on this would be almost 80 handled stop loss. We probably have SMT down here as well. Let's see. And no, we don't have on these lows. Yes, should run into this high here. Nice little first presentation hit here. So NQ looks stronger compared to ES. I think based on risk management, I should trade ES over NQ because NQ has way too much in terms of like stop loss. Let's see if they can use this as inversion when they trade above it. If they traded below this first presentation, I definitely like the sell sides. And also so far the body is respecting this PD array here and this inversion. So let's see how in 2 minutes this candle closes. It did trade into the rejection block up here. So it's probably not going to use this as inversion. And to the downside, to be honest, if you look on the 1 hour chart, I like these highs being jagged. We have all this way to the downside for this busy here. Yeah, I know. We have 10 a.m. news, so we're probably waiting for that. So yeah, the body is closing inside the CB. Most likely. I mean, you can see these equal highs were taken, these ones taken, these highs are jagged. So I'm neutral until 10 a.m., but I would favor it to go lower, but it's probably not gonna do so. So we're just gonna wait here. There's nothing high probability for me. I'm going with a short entry, really small one, on a 15-second CB. It's not high probability at all. How big is the open range gap? More than 120 candles. So usually we look for a continuation higher. There's no immediate feedback from this CB. I like the sell side here. This one's touched. I have my stop loss now above this swing high here. So very small risk. I'm looking for this sell side here. So far there was no opportunity to go with another one, another micro. The stop loss is only at -30. So almost break even here. The ideal scenario would be down here with the open match gap midpoint. So around here. If it drops now below this low here, I'm going break even. Okay, so the stop loss now is at -20 only. So only 5 handles. Or 10, almost 10 handles. It's 9 handles stop loss. And we have news in 10 minutes, so doesn't matter if this one goes into stop loss with only 5 handles. Okay, that was 5 handles only. Gonna wait for 10 AM. Yeah, 155 handles, something around that is the open range gap. Let's see. IM did a lower low here. So far it's 50-50. It's leaving the buy side up here, it's leaving the sell side up here. With the opening range gap being more than 220 handles, I like to see a continuation. But I also like to see the sell side going, like to be weighted first and then go higher. But so there, if you can like argue about both sides, it's high resistance and you don't want to do too much in that. So we have news in 6 minutes. First for value gap and then go buy side liquidity. Yeah, it needs to trade above this CB here then. As inversion. So this one here. It's still gun to my head. It's I want to go lower, to be honest. No, I don't think it will be high probability as well, because Trump's speaking at 9 PM as well. And usually we do see a lot of clunky price action than before, with a lot of volatility right after the close. I mean, so far you can see 9:30 to 10 AM is also not really doing anything. Yeah, I mean, what day is today? Like, yeah, today's Wednesday. If we can reach higher today and tomorrow, then that would be perfect for TGIF setup on Friday. Yeah, the last couple of weeks were really disgusting. A lot of volatility right after 4 PM close, and a lot of pumps and dumps, yeah, and high resistance in between. Yeah, true. I mean, we do have also we do have a lot of bank holiday for Euro and everything on Friday, and there's NFP as well. If we don't trade above today's high, then I would like to see it lower tomorrow as well. But DXY looks like it's going to be heavy as well, so that wouldn't support indices to go lower as well. So for me, there's no hard bias. There is simply waiting for footsteps intraday and then adjust to that. And so far, it's not going to show me any footprints. If you look on the 15-minute, this one has buy side being jagged. But it's not respecting premium arrays. I mean, this one, the order block so far, but it's not going to look like it wants to go heavy into this sell-side liquidity pool. So news in 2 minutes. And ES with the buy setup here, but also the structure. I mean, it doesn't look good. From 8:30, I think we did have 8:30 news today as well. Yeah, we did. So it's still in that range from the high here to the low here. Okay, 30 seconds. And it's really playing around this dealing range because we did have a run on buy side here and we did have a run on sell side here on these equal lows. The draws midnight opening. I think that would be lower than the open range gap. Right, let's see. It would be, yeah, just below this sell side liquidity pool. Yeah, I like that. Because I stayed nimble and just have low hanging fruits as a target. So if I want to short, I would use this as my full TP with the midnight opening price, but it just doesn't look like it wants to go there. I mean, the 1 minute here just looks disgusting as well. There's nothing to do. ES is also not moving, just ranging around here. And I'm fine with a 5-handle loss today, I think. I don't want to have more. So that's not a big of a deal. Okay, so now it should, if it wants to reach higher, it should use this as inversion and stay above the upper half. If it comes back and trades again into this first presentation, there's nothing to do. Yeah, seek and destroy might be possible for today. Yeah, I can totally see that. And just by looking at the structure, these highs now are jagged, there's nothing equal. These lows here are jagged, there's nothing equal. We're still trading inside the stealing range here from this high to this low. So I think the best thing literally would be just to wait for May and June price action. And it would definitely be the better option, in my opinion. Right, so this candle here did trade into the upper half of this inversion for value gap. If I'm not seeing anything on the 15 seconds, then I'm not gonna enter, because I don't wanna enter on a second time frame once the 1 minute chart looks disgusting like this. Yeah, second half of this year will be way better, and I think for many people that's where you probably have the highest win rate, and that's for me as well. Like the second half, similar to previous year, in 2025, the second half was like literally crazy. There was a lot of low resistance liquidity runs. We had just smooth price action. Not really going on with the word as well, like no big manipulation phases or dumps and pumps right after the 4 p.m. close. So yeah, I'm definitely waiting for higher probabilities within the second half of this year, and there will be my highest risk as well. So this one really just not look good. It's not promising. Yeah, first half of the year, I think it's similar to like every single time window where you have, for example, a week you're trading from Monday to Friday. Your highest win rate might be from Wednesday to Friday because you can use all the information from Monday to Wednesday. Or similar to if you trade London Open or PM session, there's a big difference. I think PM session or the last hour macros, they are way easier and straightforward than trading the London Open, for example. Because you can use so much more information and you have a direction, or you have something that's already finished in terms of a move, and then you just trade simply back into the range with opposing liquidity. So there are many examples where you have the second half of anything being more high probability, or it feels easier to trade. So I definitely would recommend like using this idea for your risk management as well. If you find yourself being more confident in the second half of like the year or the week or the day. For example, if you now this AM session looks disgusting, there's nothing to do, no setup on the 1 minute. I trade a short from the 15-minute CB here with a CB into the sell side liquidity, also was way too high resistance. So you simply sit still and then wait for the PM session. It needs a lot of patience and consistency that you don't want to position yourself in this, but it's way more worth. Yeah, exactly. It's not worth it. Especially because, I mean, if you have a winning trade, it feels disgusting to wait for like hours to get that full move. You want to position yourself in quick runs and be done for the day. And we don't have that here. I mean, look at the 5 minute. It's pretty much just a Z day where you have seek and destroy, staying within the range. And you might have a winning trade there, but it takes way longer. You have to have a wider stop loss. You have to allow for more risk. And that's a contra thing because you don't want to have more risk in this price action. I would look for, just logical wise, like looking at this from 1020, from here to 1040. I would like to see a run into whatever liquidity. Looking at this inversion failure gap, ideally into the buy side. So let's see. If it stays above the inversion fair value gap midpoint here, so I would wait for 1020 and then see if there's something to take, and then run into 1040 or even 11 AM. Otherwise, I don't have anything here. I go to the bathroom real quick. Just 1 minute. Be right back. All right. If we will take the liquidity at around 1030, I would like to see a potential reversal. Which liquidity? You mean the buy side liquidity up here? I mean, we could easily see a run into the sell side and then buy side as a standard seek and destroy profile. So ES has a lot of buy side being jagged here, and the sell side down here is pretty smooth. If we look on the 15 seconds, these are really, really equal here. But still not high probability. I would not take anything into this. I mean, so far we are rejecting from the inversion fair value gap. a very tough price action, and for many people just probably too hard, because I mean, especially on the seconds time frame, you cannot trade this at all if you don't have a low resistance liquidity run, because then your stop loss is just way too tight on the seconds time frame. I mean, we just had that today, but I tried that one simple setup, and if it's not going to trade towards my targets, then I just don't want to trade on the 1 minute as well. Yeah. I know. It's thank you, man. Thank you. Much appreciated. I mean, for all the people who don't know you, I mean, you can introduce yourself in the chat if you want. You're doing a great job as well. And I wish you the best luck in the Robins Cup, man. You're killing it. So yeah, I would like to see a run towards the 1020, 1040 into the buy side. Let's see if we can get that. But the highs are made jagged here as well, again. Exactly, just a random guy. No worries, man. No problem. The only thing that is not looking good for trading higher as a high probability one is the fact that it made these highs really, really jagged. So I would like to see a run higher because of this inversion fair value gap, but it's definitely not something I would take a trade in. But just time-wise, it would make sense to have volatility in between of 1020 to 1040. You're holding a bearish bias. I have a neutral bias. I mean, I want to see higher prices here, but it does not mean I have a bullish bias, if that makes sense. Because this one is high resistance liquidity one, and I don't have or find my bias on high resistance. I simply stay neutral. I just want to see simple things in price action that would support the idea of something. For example, the time thing. Yeah, PA is not good. If I would make the market, I would like to see it lower as well. So like gun to my head kind of thing is I want to see it go into the sell sides here. Yeah, same. I kind of want it to see lower prices, but it's not gonna show me that, so I'm not gonna marry that bias or the idea of that. Because right now it's not showing any footprints for higher or lower. So there's minor buy side. Yeah, I mean, that would be the perfect world. And that would also support the idea of the seek and destroy profile. There's also buy side up here. So, I mean, if it wants to reach higher, it's probably not going to only trade into this buy side here. But that's the thing with high resistance liquidity runs. You cannot be that confident about your draw. If you have low resistance, then you can have a guarantee draw on liquidity and then stick with that. To be honest, just time-wise, I would like to see it run higher now. And if there's something on the 15 seconds as an entry, I'm probably gonna try that because it's only 20-handed stop loss. So there's no fair value gap, so no setup. I was looking at the 15 seconds here, but this candle did not leave any fair value gaps here, so no setup. Because I was looking for trades into this new week opening gap high, that black line here. Or I think, no, sorry, it's the opening range gap high from previous week. These lows are jagged, and then I would like to see a fair value gap here, but it did not do so, so standing still. What's your thought on smart money monitoring ICT traders to make changes to the algo? I don't really think they are going to change the algo. Because the main thing in this algo is it trades either for liquidity or imbalances, and I don't think they will ever change that. It's already the most efficient algo they have, and there's no reason to change. And I don't think ICT traders have a lot of impact to that. Okay, I'm looking at the 15 seconds again. The stop loss might be a little bit on my 20-handed still. Just gonna try it. Just based on the macro, but nothing else. And the setup is also before we did trade into the buy side here. I mean, this is what I want to see inside the macro. So I'm aiming for this buy side here. Nothing else, because we have low hanging fruit, high resistance, all these kind of things going on. 15 seconds. I used this busy here. I don't want to see any price action below this, so I'm going break even already. So it needs to trade into this buy side here as a discount away and not trade any lower. So I'm risk free here. See on the 1 minute. Also, these highs here are very, very jagged. So you have to be very nimble, and this one was being very nimble just based on the macro here, based on this inversion fair value gap. If you don't do that, then you are gonna burn your hands. So I'm looking at the 5 seconds here. There's, I think 1 second is good as well. I would like to add into the position here. Very small stop loss. It's not high probability at all. Like I said, I added into this busy here. Stop loss is right below here. So it's only 8 handles. Nothing too big. And I like the highs here. Right. That one's out with 8 handles, and these highs here are way too jagged. But I like the fact that we have a little bit more volatility here inside the macro. Can you tell me the timing of this macro? It's 10:20 to 10:40. So we had a run on this buy side here. We run into the lower quadrant of the previous week's open image gap. And the 1 minute did not leave any busies in here. So I'm happy to be out in this with a really, really small stop loss. And ES is still looking very bad here. There's no busy in here. These highs are jagged, very jagged. I'm gonna wait until 10:40 and then I'm going to dip. Still not leaving any business in here since 10 a.m. or even before that, 9:50. Which prop firm do you recommend to use first? PatekFynnip futures. Apex did change a little bit, so they have end of day drawdown and everything. And Tradify is quite good as well, yeah. But PatekFynnip futures, I had no issues with them, but they changed a little bit as well, like payout caps and everything. So I think prop firms are going to be the least favorite option to trade. If you have capital and you can fund your live account, then do that. Fund it next, yeah. I mean, if you have anything in chat that you can recommend, then just put it in. Yeah, ICT traders are like the amount of ICT traders are increasing, but I don't think they have a lot of impact First of all, because they are really, really small traders, and most of them are trading on prop firms, and that's not real money. That is money coming from people who fail challenges. So there's no value outside, like inside the market. There's just money coming in and out outside the market. So there's no impact at all. And other ICT traders who trade live funds, they don't have a lot. So like if you compare it with hedge funds or other things, institutions. I mean, if you try to get your first payout, then try to buy challenges where you don't have the activation fee. I mean, you can, in Apex, you have activation fee. In my final futures, you don't have. I think in Tradify as well, no activation fee. But it really depends on your preference. I heard good things about lucid trading and alpha futures as well. Yeah, I think it does make sense because not many ICT traders are going to trade live funds, and the hype around prop firms is way too much, like way too high. And like I said, there's no real money from the market itself. So yeah, not much happening here. Let's see how 1030 is going to trade here. Just based on the timing, it would make sense to trade higher. Based on the structure, it's not gonna look good. So based on the structure, you have high resistance. Based on the timing, you have a high likelihood of trading higher into the buy side. But next have some of the best payout rules, good amount of freedom compared to the other firms. Yeah, I mean, all of them have pros and all of them have cons. So it really depends on your preference. So we had a long setup here, but like I said, if you trade on the seconds time frame like this, in this kind of structure, you have to be very nimble or like have a really wider stop loss. So I entered here and then had a add-on here. But you can see it's trading outside of these busies here. So there's no quite good order flow happening. So if you want to have a wider stop loss, you allow for more risk in a low resistance, in a high resistant liquidity run, or compared to like low probability. So using higher risk for like less probability to go higher is not worth it, in my opinion. Funded next? I don't know. Let's see. I think they have futures. Yeah, they do futures. Ice being very jagged in here. And we have SMT here with ES. PS a lower high and Q a higher high. What you see about trading or market conditions in the coming years? I mean, it will stay similar in my opinion. I think because they have no reason to change the algo. They have no one that is going to like exploit the algo in a way that they are like hurt from that. I don't think so. There might be some changes in terms of like timing, where you can probably trade futures and everything 24/7 or 24/5, but it wouldn't make any changes to the macros. It wouldn't make any changes to the open range gap rules. It wouldn't make any changes to the idea of trading into liquidity or imbalances. And it always has been like this, where you have low probability conditions like this one, especially this year. But there will be better conditions like right after. That's natural. It's similar to when you have low, like a lot of slow PA, then usually you see a lot of high volatility right after. Or if you have a large range day, you see a lot of low volatility right after. That's completely normal. So yeah, these highs are jagged. We have SMT. Let's see if it can run the sell side here. And it did not show anything to continue higher from the open range gap rule. So I like this drawdown here. And the macro is also supporting that now. Let's see. This would be a reclaimed CP once it trades below that. Oh, they are both? Okay. Like futures and CFD. Right now with this volatility inside the macro going lower, highs being jagged, SMT on the highs, I like the sell side for ES and I like the sell side for NQ. But so far I don't have anything on the 15 seconds. If it trades below this, and then we have 100 to 130 handles of opportunity. Five-minute does not really support the idea of trading lower. And 15 as well. So it really has to trade below this CB here and close below. So it's still low probability. But this one back into the range makes sense, because in a seek and destroy profile, if you have a run into buy side or sell side and also a shallow run, then it just immediately goes back into the range. $9.32. Yes, this one. I'm gonna put the new coupling gap away. Okay, did not trade below this CB again. So it's not showing the footprints you usually want to see once you are in a high resistance liquidity run. In a low resistance liquidity run, you could have entered above this reclaimed CB, but in high resistance, you definitely want to wait for these signs. So this one is not a short entry. It's not. I'll delete this one here. But the idea of the timing, you definitely have to study that. I mean, this one, it did trade into some sort of sell-side liquidity, did not trade below the CB again. These highs were jagged, so a deeper retracement is permissible. And then we have a volatility inside this timing here. But you can see ES did trade into the high, NQ did not, and we are trading back into the range. So this one is really, really low probability and high resistance. Seek and destroy here, pretty much. Let's see a DXY. 1 hour candles looking very bad here. I'm still watching ICT lectures and stuff. Not as much as I used to, but sometimes yes. Like once a week, maybe. I mean, back in the day, I did watch it every single day, and I did watch almost everything he has. So also stuff from 2010, 2011. I think I'm going to dip here. It's just not gonna support anything, like not gonna support the idea of trading higher or lower. We do have Seek and Destroy. We do have Trump speaking at 9 p.m. and we do have NFP on Friday. So simply stay out. If you cannot be nimble, that is then that can kill your account pretty quick. Stay nimble and try to understand the timings. I teach about that more in the VIP group. Just join the Discord and then you will see a lot of stuff. So I'm going to be back tomorrow, and tomorrow we have some news, I think. Yeah, we have 8:30 high impact news, and then on Friday we have NFP. Just simply stay out here. Maybe there's something in the PM session for the last hour and the MOC macro. But other than that, I don't have any bias in here. So I wish you a great day and enjoy it.